Welcome back. Episode 2 of the Davidson Simulation. Today I have a very special guest, my girlfriend, Joy.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, actually.
So, I don't care. So, we went on my Instagram and we basically throughout the question, or we asked you guys to ask us some questions that we can answer, that we can go through, and basically we'll just expand from the questions and go off on tangents or whatever. So, first off, I'll read mine first, and then you can read. How many do you have?
I just have the one, so we can do it whenever.
Okay, so let's jump in. We'll see what people have to say. And Joy you didn't see any of these, right?
No, not except for the ones that Ollie sent in.
Okay, so first one we'll go with...
oh no, you're smiling already, I can tell.
I'm excited for people to hear these. So the first one is from my good buddy, Kevin Almeida.
Oh.
Hey,
Kevin.
He was basically my roommate in California when I lived there. We both lived in our cars. He lived in his little Subaru. Rest in peace to his Subaru. His question was, I need the origin story. How do y'all meet?
Oh, no.
Which is a good one to start it off. So, how did it start? You can talk.
You want me to say it?
Yeah,
okay.
you tell me the beginning.
Logan Davidson, mass followed me.
I was mass following, okay?
Yeah.
You got me.
Back in 2013.
Yeah, back before it was cool. Before you have to.
I was a junior in high school. Logan had just graduated. And he was kind of like a superstar on Instagram back then.
No, I wasn't. I only had...
A little bit. You had a lot of followers for that time.
I had 5,000 followers.
Which was like... I had like 27 followers. So it was like a big deal. But he mass followed me and I like immediately like... I was like... Whoa, like this
I was like
super like this like older photographer boy just followed me on Instagram. And
the cool thing too is I was only doing it on people that I followed, like bigger accounts.
Oh,
like I think I might have done it on like a nature Instagram. I think the one I think I found you on was one of the Utah pages.
Yeah, probably
like
because
We Are Utah or one of the IG Utah, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I was going ham. I was just spinning it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But so yeah, Logan mass follows me not knowing that he's mass following me. I was like, this boy just followed me. I was like, okay. And I immediately fell in love. I thought Logan was like the coolest person of all time. And I still do. But so yeah, we just kind of, you unfollowed a bunch of people, but you didn't unfollow me specifically.
Right. She caught my eye.
So.
Well, yeah, so I was going through and I was unfollowing people, and I saw Joy's profile picture. So I was like, oh, let's see who this is. And I went to her profile, and I was looking at her photos and said, oh, she's cute. And I realized that you were from Utah. And I was like, okay, I'll keep following her. And then I went through and kept unfollowing people.
But yeah, so we
Do you remember when I followed you?
I do. I remember.
Like, what was the month?
I don't remember the moment you followed me, but I remember a weekend after you followed me, and it was like we hadn't spoken yet or anything. It was like literally like a few days after you had followed me, and me, Haley, and Molly, like my best friends in high school and still to this day. We were on our way to Lagoon, and I remember I was in the backseat of Molly's car, and I was like, guys, guess who? Like, this boy just followed me on Instagram, and he's got like all these followers, and he's like super popular, but like he keeps liking my photos and stuff. And I was like so enamored and just...
I wasn't popular.
I was so in love. Yeah.
Well, and so pretty much, so what I used to do on my Instagram is in like the location tab, I would put like songs that I liked just for like an extra piece of material. Shout out to 2013.
Material.
Yeah. Hitting all the different angles. But I was adding songs to the location just so people could look them up or whatever. This was back when I was making like Instagram layered photos.
Yeah.
Like, I was doing like
With like the super insane filters that are like on the sides. that are, like,
I was
coming
doing
in.
like
Same though.
it was almost like graphic design, like through
Yeah,
apps.
true.
But so then people would comment and like say things about the songs or whatever, and you commented.
Yeah, I commented on one photo and I was like, "Oh, you have really good taste in music." And I was like, this was me trying to make my move, because we had been playing like Instagram tag for like weeks and weeks and weeks, where it was just like we were liking each other's stuff and like commenting, but it was like it wasn't really going anywhere. And so I was like, this is like me making my move. And so I was like, you should go listen to these 2 songs by Washed Out, which was like I had just started listening to them and I was obsessed.
I'd never heard of them. And
so I told Logan to go listen to them, and like within 5 minutes of me commenting that, Logan was like, I love them.
And like, granted, there weren't DMs yet.
Yeah.
There weren't DMs, there weren't stories.
We would have just DM'd each other, I'm sure.
Yeah. We were just in the comment section.
Yeah. So in front of everyone that's following Logan, this is going down.
It wasn't that many people.
So Logan sends me back. What did you say exactly? You were like...
So I was... See, I was trying to play it smooth.
So embarrassing.
Because I was like, I don't have this girl's number. And we don't have like a message system really. And so I was like, oh, I love those songs. I was like, hey, you should like text me them, or text me some more songs, or text me.
You said text me
your
top 10 favorite songs right now.
Yeah. And then.
So, okay.
Well, let me explain.
So I read this, right? I'm 16 years old. I've never been on a date.
That sounds like so uncomfortable.
Logan's only 3 years older than me, so it's fine. It's fine, everyone. Calm down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh my gosh, for real. Oh,
Chandler's sitting there going,
yeah, for real. But, so I was super awkward and I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know. I took that as if he really wanted my number. I don't know. Also, I didn't want to put my number out there on Instagram, because like that was when you couldn't really like delete comments. Like this was like back when Instagram was like nothing. Like it had that like that one.
It was like back when like influencers weren't really a thing. Like there wasn't really a term influencers.
There wasn't an algorithm or anything.
Yeah. Well, so basically with my mindset, I was like, all right, if I ask her to text me, then she'll go, oh, well, I don't have your number. And then I'll be like, BAM!
So
that was what I thought would
Logan's
happen.
Thought process, which is honestly so correct. And yeah.
Thank you.
Me, on the other hand, literally so stupid.
We were just both like, we didn't know what we were doing.
I can't believe that I did this still to this day. Because I feel like my number one thought process on it was like, I don't want to scare him away by just giving him my number and just like.
I was asking. No, I wasn't actually.
I didn't know.
I should have been more direct. I should have been like, hey, you should text me.
Yeah. Like, give me your number, or like, here's my number.
Yeah, I should have gave you my number. But I was too nervous to give you my number because I was embarrassed. I was like, she's going to reject it.
People are like, just get to it already. So basically, I gave Logan my email. I was like, hey, do you have an email that I was can...
like, huh. Okay, yeah, I could do that. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, maybe she doesn't have a cell phone. Like, sure, let's email. Lord. So I gave her my email, and she sent me her top 10 favorite songs.
Yeah, I made him like a little playlist. Yeah. And my first sentence in it is, hey, I'm the girl from Instagram.
I'm like, which one?
Whatever. Oh my gosh.
Well, so then we email back and forth, and it was actually kind of cool because I would come home from like work and I would have like an email waiting for me. It was like so a stupid pen pal.
Honestly, yeah.
And so how long did we email for?
Literally like a month.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. It's so bad. Well, it's like we're sending multiple emails a day for like a month.
We're like staying up late, like, I should probably go to bed. Refresh. Okay.
For real.
Okay.
For real.
Well,
so embarrassing.
So from there, we're emailing for a month. And which is actually now one of the coolest things because for Joy's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Birthday?
No,
Or
it was
Christmas?
for our anniversary.
So I went through all the emails and screenshotted each one and made it
so cringy.
made it into a book so that we can read it in chronological order from the first message to the very end.
It's so embarrassing because it's like you're looking back because not a lot of people have this like evidence of being this cringy, awkward.
We're trying to impress each other,
but also like we're teenagers and like we're not comfortable with ourselves and like we don't know. It was just trying to impress each other and it's so stupid. But
okay, and then so pretty much from there we're like getting comfortable enough with each other. Like, all right, we should like go hang out or go on a date. I don't think we said date.
We never said a date. We should
just hang out.
Hang out.
Yeah. So by now it's October and we're like we should go to a haunted house, and so I'm kind of sitting there emailing her and we're like
we make plans to meet at Nightmare on 13th.
Yeah, downtown Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, how am I going to know when she's there? I don't have her phone number, or I don't like she doesn't have a phone.
But I was worrying about that too. So I was like, hey, like, do you want me to like describe what I'll be wearing?
Well, one like I remember you.
Stupid.
Well, I remember you said you're like, do you want to just text me? And I was like,
are you kidding?
I was like, wait. I was like, you've had a phone this whole time. I didn't say that.
No,
I was
you
like,
didn't. You were like,
sure.
You went, text me, amigo. And I was like, great. Friend zoned in Spanish. Awesome. I was like, cool.
Text me, bud.
Yeah. I was like, cool.
But so
awesome.
then we, from there we met up. It was really fun. It was a good time.
So yeah, that's the origin story.
And
honestly.
I ran into a kid in the haunted house because I was.
We were running.
I was trying to run. Well, I was running in front of Joy, and I was like showing off a little bit, and I just like collided with this like 16-year-old kid.
It was so hard. Like the noise, I can still hear it.
I hit the kid out of character. He was like a zombie, and he was like, and he's like, sorry. And
yeah, like honestly, he didn't even say anything. It was like the wind got knocked out of him, and he was just like, it's fine.
He's onward.
So yeah.
And that's the origin story.
That's the origin story.
And now we've been
together
dating,
6 years.
Yeah, basically 6 years now. Next question. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm gonna get Kevin on the podcast. I told him last night.
I've never met Kevin, but I feel like I know Kevin.
Kevin's a legend.
He is.
He's like the Joey Diaz to my Joe Rogan, because he listened to them too. He listens to podcasts.
Can't go without a Joe Rogan
reference every podcast. With Ryan, I did. Okay. Next question. Let's do my good buddy Matt Lewis, all the way from where does he live? He's a Green Bay Packers fan. Where's Green Bay?
Michigan. I don't know. I know I'm just gonna get roasted now.
Where the heck is Green Bay?
Green Bay Packers.
Hey Siri. Where is Green Bay?
Here's Green Bay.
Didn't even tell me. Green Bay. I'm so sorry, Matt and Cade.
Oh, I know. Yeah, this is Cade's team.
Hold on. I'm gonna find this 1 second.
He is
Bear with
on.
me.
Yeah.
Green Bay. Is it Wisconsin?
Oh, you know what? It's Wisconsin, isn't it? No.
I don't think it's. It's Wisconsin. Yeah. Yeah, city in Wisconsin.
Yikes.
Okay. Oh wait, I didn't even read his question. I'm so sorry.
We're new to this podcasting thing.
Okay, so Matt says, where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years from now? Let's do...
Should we do individual or like as a couple?
Let's do a couple, because I think that's pretty similar.
Okay.
I don't know.
Obviously married.
With 30 kids.
Absolutely
not kids. Not. We're having dogs first.
Yes.
Well, so I think I've been actually talking to my brother Chandler about this, and we need to sit down and like kind of set out some stuff and break it down. But I think 5 years from now, I'll be 30.
Oh my! How old will I be? I will be
26.
27. I'll be turning 27.
27, yeah.
That's so old.
Well, so 5 years. Let's think. I think
Obviously married. Obviously having like
I think we'll have a
5
house by
dogs
then.
at least. Hopefully have a house.
I think we'll for sure have
Or
a house.
like
by
a
then.
really nice apartment. Not a really
One
nice
of the
apartment.
two.
Just a nice apartment.
I think for sure a house. I mean, I would like to have this podcast like. Hopefully, it's reaching its levels that I'm hoping for. That and my photography. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's lots of things we could break down, like even like finance and stuff. But for the most part, I think we just hope to be
Married with dogs.
married with dogs.
Lots of them.
That's the
We
answer.
instead of a kid name list, we have a dog name
We have a bunch
list.
of dog names. But I think we'll stay in Utah.
Yeah.
We've
I-
talked about going out to Hawaii, and the only way we'll probably do that,
Is if we did like a Del Sol
Yeah.
internship.
we did it. We'd probably do the internship that I did when I went out there. So we'd be out there for like 5 months, 5 or
Yeah.
6 months, which would be a good test to see if we're homesick enough to come home, or if we
Yeah.
enjoy it enough, then we could kind of scout it from there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the main thought process. Me and Matt always
That's
go
kind
back.
of boring.
We go back and forth about motivation stuff. He watches Gary Vee and all that, so we're always keeping each other accountable. So I know he's going to be disappointed with our answer.
I know. It's kind of lame. It's kind of like everyone's like
Yeah.
married with dogs and a house. But honestly, it's like literally all we talk about.
Yeah, we don't need much, I don't think.
No. Definitely not.
Okay, third question. Let's see. How many should we do? We got quite a bit. Let's do 7.
Oh, okay.
7 questions.
Sounds good.
Number 3.
We're doing 7 questions. Here we go.
Okay. Anna has a lot.
Oh, Anna.
Anna has 3. Or no, sorry. Anna has 6.
Oh, wow.
No, 7. Yeah, 7. Okay. I'll let you choose. Which one do you want to do?
No. I like being surprised.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to do 2 of Anna's. Yeah. So, first one I'll do is spill the tea. What's the biggest fight you guys have been in?
Oh, good Lord. Eee. Why did you pick that one?
Because people need to know that we do fight.
Yes, I mean, it's not even really like fighting. It's more of just like I'm hangry and I get like snippy. That's kind of really what it is.
Well,
See, you agree. I know it.
next question. I mean, we don't get in like huge fights very often.
I mean, we have had a couple of like,
We've had like, out of the 6 years we've been dating, we've probably had like 4 or 5.
like serious arguments.
Yeah, 4 or 5 where we're
Yeah.
like pissed. And
The most memorable one that I can think of right now is the one when we were up in the canyon and I got out of the car.
I was so pissed. I don't even remember what
I
we
like
were.
slammed the door shut.
I don't even remember what we were like
And
mad about.
I
But she,
don't
like,
either.
She was like done with me. She was like fed up with my like.
Not done with the relationship.
Yeah,
that makes
she
me
was just
sound
done
awful.
with the conversation.
It wasn't even that. It was that I was frustrated and you were
Oh, yeah.
frustrated and it was going nowhere. And I
right.
was like, I need to just like walk away for a second and like just take a minute and just like kind of compose myself. So I like start getting out of the car.
And I was like not done with what I was saying. So I was like, I don't know what I said, but
Yeah, you were not excited about
I think I
anything.
said I'd break up with you. I was like,
Sounds awful.
I was like, you slammed the door, I'm gonna break up with you. Like
and
I
was like,
just said whatever I could to like get her
and
to
I just,
stop.
I just shut the door and I like walked away
And
and
I
then,
just,
oh yeah, no,
I
I
was
was
just like,
yeah.
but then she got in the car and then we made up. One thing that we hold true to every single time
Yes.
is that we don't go to bed angry.
Yes.
We always solve our
Like the
issue.
classic advice, don't go to bed angry.
We don't even like walk away from a conversation.
No.
We always like address it within the same
Yeah.
conversation.
We're pretty chill. Like it's not
Well, and the biggest thing too is I think we've over the years, we've really learned how each other work,
Yeah.
and we've learned patience
Communication
between the two.
seriously is key.
Well, yeah, and that's what like we've really learned each other's kind of triggers and like how to push and pull through a conversation. That's why it doesn't
We
happen.
know each other's buttons not to push.
Yeah, it doesn't happen as often now because I think I know what will drive Joy over the edge in a conversation, and she knows what will drive me over the edge.
Yeah.
And so, and for me, like a big thing for me is just sitting back and listening, because most of the time, if we're having an argument, we'll just headbutt. And usually what we've kind of figured out is if we take a pause, and for me, I have to really think about it and really break it down in my head. Like, why are we arguing? You know, why is she thinking this point of view and I'm thinking this?
Yeah.
And from there, for me, I like to like lay it out on a plate. Like, I like to say, you're angry at me for this. I'm upset about this, blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah, and here's something. This is like a little shout out to Allie. Something that I've been really kind of focusing on lately that I've been applying to our relationship and all of mine in my life is judging someone by their intentions rather than their actions.
Right.
And so it's like a lot of it is one of us is just like concerned for the other or something, and it comes out like, you know, you just have to remember you're both on the same team, you know, and it's not that
I think that's the biggest
you're
thing.
trying to be rude or you're not trying to be unagreeable or anything. It's just that you're trying to solve the same problem, honestly.
Well, and
You're
for
on the
us,
same team.
for us, and I think with a lot of couples, it's like anytime we're arguing, both of us want to get out of it as soon as we can because we don't want to argue. We enjoy being with each other when we're happy. And I think understanding each other's perspectives, like I said, like why is she feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? Once you understand both of those, it's a lot easier to get through these arguments and not become so explosive because you don't invest as much emotion
like
because
you
you
understand where things are coming from at that point. And it's just like, honestly, I think you have to remember also to just, you have to try to be quick with, I don't know what is the word I'm looking for, being quick with like forgiving.
Yeah. Well,
and
you have to
quick,
like,
not even quick with like saying sorry. It's just,
you have to push your ego down.
Yes, exactly.
You can't have an ego about it. You have to be able to recognize when you're wrong. You have to recognize when you are the one that should say sorry, you know.
Yes.
And that's something that I've had to learn through not even this relationship, but any other relationship in my life, whether it's through my brother, whether it's through friends. Like I have to be able to push my ego down and say, okay, I messed up or I did something wrong. I'm sorry. Let's move forward. Like, how can I do better?
Yes. And don't say sorry if you really aren't sorry.
Yeah,
you can't. It has to be an honest apology.
Yeah, if you say it if it doesn't have a real intention, it's just gonna make it
escalate.
Even.
Yes, seriously.
But I think, I think honestly that fight was probably, I don't know actually.
I'm thinking about it, and I think it was because I was a nanny for a long time and for like a specific family.
I remember now.
And things happened and I wasn't nannying for them anymore, and it was really devastating in my life because it was almost like they were like family to me, and we had a falling out and it was really hard for me, and I was
trying to give advice.
He was trying to give me advice, which this is kind of something that pops up frequently in our relationship where I just need Logan to kind of like listen to me and just kind of I just need to vent. And Logan wants to solve it, and he just wants to fix things, which is so sweet. And he's really good at advice. But sometimes I just need him to just listen.
Shut up.
And I think that's where it all stemmed from.
That's
where
it started.
It's just like it snowballs from there, and it's just like.
Well, and since then I've learned to just listen and then give advice after.
Yes. Yes. Because advice is always welcome. But when you're trying to
sometimes you just need to get a nice good flow out.
Just get some feelings out.
Okay, next question. Thanks, Anna. That was a good question.
That was a really good question.
See, that's why I wanted to answer it, because so many people nowadays look at Instagram and stuff. Even they can look at our Instagram and think we're this like perfect couple that never fights.
We are not perfect at all.
We're almost perfect.
We're really
I'm
close.
perfect.
No, we have disagreements and we get on each other's nerves, and things happen. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're really good at communicating, and yeah.
Yeah. So Anna's second question is go-to character in Super Smash Bros.
Oh, Yoshi for sure.
Mine was Kirby.
Oh,
Mine was Kirby because I didn't know how to play
cutie.
the game very well,
Yeah.
and so I'd just eat people.
yeah.
And then you can do this move in Super Smash Bros. Where you turn into a brick.
Oh, here
You
comes
land
the
on 'em.
gamer out.
You turn into a brick and you land on them, and that like destroys them every time. So
Love it.
come at me. Oh, and her third question says, "Do you kiss on the lips?"
Actually, no, we have not.
We're still trying to get to there.
Yeah. 6 years later, we just like to take things really, really slow.
Chad says, Chad Wood,
Chad.
my homeboy, my boy.
Chad and Riley, we love you guys.
He says, "When are you guys moving to Kauai?"
Honestly, we think about it every single day.
Well, it kind of goes back to the Hawaii question, or 5-year. If we were to go back to Hawaii, we for sure to go to Kauai to visit Chad and Riley,
For sure.
and it would be amazing. We'll get there, hopefully.
Yes. It's definitely something that we plan for in the future.
Yes. Okay.
Are there any funny questions?
Why was Joy number 13 on your podcast guest wish?
Allie,
Says
yes.
Allie.
Yeah, you guys. Do you want to talk about that
No,
for a
don't talk
second?
about it. It was blown out of proportion.
Logan
people.
has a whiteboard right here to my left that you guys can't see of
You guys don't need to see it.
kind of his podcast guest list. And I'm looking at it right now, and I'm still number 13 on the list. There are names above me that I don't even recognize.
They're great people.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's...
When I was writing the
Perfect.
list, I didn't know if she wanted to be on or not.
Oh, you knew I wanted to be
I
on.
wasn't sure. And when I wrote down her name, I said, "This is number 13." And I know if I leave this on here, I'm going to hear about it.
Yep.
And here we are.
Here we are. It's all a part of the podcast now.
You're on number 2 now.
I moved up.
I
Ryan was still above me, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I think my buddy Sage will be on here next. We were trying to do it yesterday, but I bailed
You
on
don't
him
even
kind of.
have the day of when I'm doing it, and you have everyone else's
Yeah, but,
days.
well,
He hates
I'm
me.
not prepared.
Logan hates me.
That's a bad question, Allie. Not good.
She's
Just
my
kidding.
homegirl. She's always got my back.
This is from Brandy, my cousin.
Oh, yes.
Is
Brandy.
a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh. You know what? I'm going to go with yes.
And I'm going to go with no.
I'm going to go with yes because it's
Debate.
in between two slices of bread.
Hold
It's
it.
connected, yes. But
That was my argument.
the bread is on two sides
You,
of whatever's in the middle.
Logan, your turn. Okay. A sandwich involves 2 pieces of bread.
Yes.
A hot dog involves 1 piece of bread.
But then wait.
Can you make a sandwich with 1 piece of bread?
But what is a hot dog then? What is it categorized as?
A hot dog's a hot dog. What's a corn dog? Is a corn dog a hot dog or a sandwich?
Corn dog is something that you throw in the trash. Corn dogs are disgusting.
That's a good argument, though. A corn dog, is that considered a burrito?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Facts.
Definitely
Is-
not.
No, that's a dumb one. Ice cream sandwich is a sandwich.
Answered your own question
Yeah.
with the name.
Okay, we're doing more than 7. Sorry, people. We're only 30 minutes in. We're doing good.
Oh, wow. Look at us. We're efficient.
Here's another one from Brandy.
Okay.
She says, "What inspires you in your line of work?" So we can
Oh,
answer that for
man.
both of us.
I mean,
You go first.
No, you need to go first because I know you have yours already, and I need.
I don't
to
have
think
mine.
about it.
I like tried not to look at these because I wanted to be surprised.
Honestly, I feel like what inspires me is
Well, so
pretty much
you,
anything.
what do you shoot? For people
I
that don't
am a product photographer for a boutique here in Daybreak, Utah. So I shoot a lot of home goods. I shoot a lot of shoes, bags, jewelry, all that kind of stuff. But then I also am on their creative team, and I help out a lot with Instagram content and stuff. So I'll go out with girls, models, whatever, and we'll shoot a bunch of clothes and outfits and things, and it's really fun. And we do like flat lays of outfits and stuff and home goods and things. So, but I also shoot portraits occasionally. I'll do engagements. I'll do like senior photos, just kind of whatever, honestly.
Well, portraits are your main gig. That's what you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, honestly. And that's what I would like to do full time if I could.
So what would you say inspires you when you're shooting somebody? Say you have a photo shoot set up with somebody.
Oh, like during the shoot?
Yes, / why do you shoot portraits, basically?
Honestly, I love seeing the difference it can make in someone's day, looking at themselves in a different way than they have ever seen. You know, it's
That's
like you look at yourself every day. You know, you see yourself the most out of anyone, but at the same time, you never see yourself the way other people see you. Ever. You know, you never see yourself when you light up about something that you're really genuinely like excited about. You never see yourself when you're with your friends or with someone that you love, you know. And so when you get to see yourself almost like from someone else's perspective, it's kind of fun to see people be a little bit more confident in themselves, and I don't know, and just seeing how happy, like especially with engagements and stuff, like
Right.
seeing how in love two people are, and like being able to capture that and treasure that forever is something that really inspires me and is really cool.
I like that. It's a good answer.
Thanks.
I think for me, I don't know. I think for me, it's just seeing people's reaction to my work. I'm a show off.
He is a show off. He's a big show off.
I like people's thoughts on me. No. I don't know.
Logan likes to impress people. He
for
really
me,
cares what people
I
think.
really enjoy, I just enjoy creating content in general, like whether it's photo, video, like I bought a film camera, like anything that I can, like I've always been into drawing, painting, like growing up, I remember I'd make like stop motion Lego videos of like Legos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just have always loved creating, and that's how Chandler is too, my brother. We're both just always creating videos and content. And we actually have a hard drive somewhere over there that actually has all of our old videos on it that I'm trying to open up, because we have videos of like back in the day when we were doing stuff like potato cannons. We were dragging our friends behind golf carts.
Do not do that at home.
Make a potato cannon.
No.
Search it on YouTube.
Do not.
It's easy. But we'd do stuff like that. We'd also we were basically trying to recreate like Nitro Circus in our backyard. So we have all these like old videos. We like one time pranked.
Nitro Circus or Jackass, honestly.
Pretty much both. But we like one time with like Cade and Connor, we prank called a pizza man, and he came and delivered it, and we were in like the window well. And it's like such dumb videos. Like it's probably super cringy to watch now.
Super lame content, honestly.
Don't subscribe. But that's so for me, I've always just had that in me. Like I just want to create content. And for me, it's that, and plus just seeing the feedback. Like it feels really good when you've created something and you've put your heart and soul into it.
And you're really proud of it.
And then seeing other people get just as excited or like mind blown. Like that's such a cool feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the video I just posted on my Instagram, it's just of a buffalo up in Yellowstone walking. I didn't think much of it. I was really happy with it, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I posted it, and it's like getting a ton of feedback right now. Like I think it's coming up on 7,000 views on Instagram. So it's like seeing people's reaction to that, and like people coming up and telling me like, oh, that was the craziest, coolest video, blah, blah, blah. Like that to me makes me want to like push my limits to creating something even better, etc.
Yeah.
So that's what inspires me in my line of work.
And honestly, if we're going to be really cheesy here, we inspire each other. Oh.
That's true, actually. Because, Joy started photography.
I mean, I've always been interested in it, and
Yeah.
I've always kind of been taking photos, but Logan really pushed me to like pursue it and like start creating and like do something with it, because I've always been doing it, but I've never really taken it seriously, and I'm really grateful for that.
Well, the thing is, too, is I was like right at the beginning of learning photography. Like, I was hitting it super, super hard after I graduated high school because it was kind of like my meditation. And that was right when I met Joy. So anything I was excited about, I was constantly telling Joy about. And I was like, oh, if you do this with your camera, you can get these type of photos. Like, because she was always talking about my photos. So I was like, oh, we could go shoot these. Like, it was always like an excuse to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Like, the first like 2 years of our like relationship or like knowing each other, every date we went on was like driving, like up the canyons, out to the salt flats,
all
like
sorts of things,
everywhere.
sand dunes. We
Yeah.
were going all over the place.
And through that, I was just always taking photos. So like we've kind of like watched each other's photography grow and grow. And now it's like Joy, like the other night, she sends me a whole portfolio of photos that she shot the other night. And like when I see those, it just like gets me so stoked, and I'm like super excited to see how much progression she's done over the years.
And honestly, ever since we started dating, I have looked for his like approval almost. Not even like your approval, but I just want to impress you so bad, because he's like the Mr. Miyagi of like photography. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He won't say it, but he knows what he's doing. And so seeing him get excited about photos that I take is like it makes me want to do more and like push myself even more.
So yeah, good question, Brandy. And wait, hold on. Brandy asked that question. Me and Brandy have created like 2 freaking dope videos.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so backstory, Brandy is my cousin. She is a coach at...
She's the best. We love her so much.
She's a coach at USU Eastern, so down in Price, dance coach. And the past 2 years, we've been working together and making videos for their school. We've done like drumline videos. We've done like dance videos. The 2 dance videos we've done, they're like 90% Brandy's creativity and like 10% of my bad photography. But basically, we've created these cool videos. And when I see her passion for what she's doing, like it gets me super amped to want to create more videos. And like she just called me today about doing a 3rd video, and we're like sitting here brainstorming, going like, well, what if we did this? What if we did this? What if we, and to me, that's super inspiring, because not only does she like believe in me to, put her ideas on the line, but second, like, the fact that she's... I was going to say... I lost my train of thought. One, the fact that she's coming to me and trusts my ability to create a cool video.
And to like capture what she's looking for.
Yeah, that to me is super inspiring and makes me want to work harder. And it's already paid off extremely well, because we've just seen what we're able to do. And both of us are the same way, where we want to push our limits and create something that nobody's seen. And I think we've definitely...
They're a really good duo.
They're really cool. And if you guys want to see them, you can go on my website and look to my video section. Plug. You can go on my website, or you can just go to, I think, USU Eastern's YouTube video or YouTube channel. One of those. Check them out. They're super sick. On to the next question.
We'll link it down below.
Link it down below.
I've always wanted to say that. Hey.
Let's see. Let me see if I can get somebody. Oh, Ryan Hill. Why is Joy's foot in the plastic bag?
Oh, from the photo?
Yeah.
I had bought Cubby's that day to eat for dinner.
Restaurant.
Oh yeah, it's a restaurant, sorry. And we were eating it out on Logan's front lawn, and it was blowing away, so I had to stomp my foot down. Also, plastic bags are horrible. Don't judge me. I know.
Save the
They
turtles.
gave it to me. I couldn't handle the stress of giving them back their plastic bags, so don't judge me for having a plastic bag.
Okay, well let's go on to your question. The other one you had.
Yes. Were there any other good ones that you had?
There was a few good ones. I don't want to go through all of mine though. I want to go on yours.
Well, I just have the one.
We'll go do yours.
Because I'm not popular. Okay. This question comes from my very good friend Emily. Hey, Emily. She says, do you guys have a song? Is there a song that you feel that represents your guys' relationship? And I was thinking about it, and
Down with the Sickness. Shout out to Haley. Oh,
oh my gosh. Oh, amazing. Honestly, when I think of like our relationship in a song, I think back to those 2 songs that I sent Logan that sparked the whole us starting to talk.
yeah.
And they're both from Washed Out, Feel It All Around, and It All Feels Right. And just the names of it, It All Feels Right. Hey,
Oh.
the
And we're
relationship feels right.
Well, and we're going to see them in concert this July?
Yeah, July. I've seen them once.
July 12th?
Logan was in California when they came finally to Utah, and I sobbed the entire concert because I was like, this is what brought me like the best person. And I just, Washed Out is like my jam. Like they're my number one favorite band.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Just because it was like the beginning of everything.
Yes. And like the songs too, they're so pretty, and they're just super chill, and I feel like we're just a super chill couple, and it's very beachy, and like
We're super chill.
we're just super cool and like indie. So yeah, that would be us in a song.
So I wanted to talk to you about Iceland and our trip to Iceland.
Hey.
We had if you haven't seen the vlogs, check out the vlogs.
Check out the
Shout out
vlog.
to the YouTube again.
Check out the vlogs.
Oh, the vlogs, bro. So just like kind of want to do like a quick summary of Iceland. Won't be quick, but so
Yeah, it never is quick.
So from the beginning of our trip,
man.
give me a rundown of what we.
You want
How did the trip go? What
you want me to give the rundown?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rundown is Logan books tickets to LA after we've booked our Iceland tickets, right?
Well, so we fly
So
out
we're
of LA.
flying out of LA. So we have to buy tickets to go to LA. So I let Logan take that on.
I will never
Which
book
I
tickets
knew
for a trip.
I never should have done.
I will never book Airbnbs. I am done with it
Yeah, no,
all.
Logan's not
I messed
very
it all up.
Yeah, in Thailand
I'm
when we went
dyslexic.
with all
Is
of
that
our
the word?
friends. No.
What's the word where you
You are
can't
not-
look at numbers or something?
Well, yeah, that's dyslexic.
Yeah, I'm
but
dyslexic.
you're not dyslexic.
I look at stuff and my brain sees it and then it's always wrong.
You know what?
So.
It's just because you don't triple check yourself.
That's the scary
Always
part.
triple check yourself.
That's the scary part I do.
Anyway, so Logan books these tickets, and I realized the day that we're leaving, we have 20 minutes.
Well, no, it was like
in between.
It was like
No, it was like 20
the
minutes.
night before. No, it was like the night.
Oh yeah, it was like the night before.
because
that
I woke
figured
up
it
at
out.
4 a.m. to go fix it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He does. When he does make mistakes,
I try to fix
he
them.
definitely does everything he can to fix them. I will give him that. But so I realized, I was like, Logan, that's not enough time. And we both have checked bags. And
Well, hold on.
there's
So-
no way that we're not going to have checked bags because we're going to Iceland.
Well, not enough time.
This is like the trip that we've been dreaming of since we met each other.
We'll explain. So not enough time from when we get off our flight, landing in LA, to transfer over to our international flight.
And check our bags.
Because I thought
Because it would have been fine if we didn't have checked bags.
yeah, and because I thought it's just regular 2 hours. Like I didn't really think much of it, but they say to have 3 hours.
Yes. See, and I immediately knew, I was like, this is not, like, we're not going to make this flight. And Logan was like, like, we're just going to have to do
I
our
was
best.
optimistic. Well,
He always is. He's always super optimistic, which I'm pretty optimistic, but I'm like
I'm like-
realistic optimistic
Yeah, I'm like-
at the same time. He's just
I'm
like
like
the little
blind
golden
optimistic.
retriever that's just like, it's going to be a great time.
well, so I'm like the night of. I'm trying to figure out how do I fix this. Can we push the flights like back or earlier so we
Yeah,
can
we
get
were
there
trying
sooner?
to get an earlier flight to LA.
Yeah. So I call up Delta or the airline and I'm like trying to figure out, like, I'm calling people, talking to people. I'm like, can I like reschedule? And they're like, you might be able to reschedule if you get there super early in the morning. But they're like, no promises, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's all I got. Like, that's my only chance. So I don't Did I go to bed?
You went to bed, but
Yeah.
then you went up there at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, so I went to bed and I got up and I drove all the way downtown, got to the airport, parked, took a shuttle back over to the,
Oh, man.
and I got to the
The desk.
and the lady was super nice. Like she was really, really kind, but they couldn't fix it. And I was like, shiz, like we're not gonna,
And
I was
so,
so stressed.
reality set in, and I was like, all right, like we're just going to have to go for it.
Yeah, we just have to, even thinking about this just
Honestly, it makes
me
my like stomach
yeah.
like churn.
So we go on through our day. When was our flight? Like,
I can't remember. It was like in the afternoon because we were going to take a red eye from LA to Iceland. And so I think it was leaving at like 7 or something.
Yeah.
And so we left Utah at like 4.
yeah.
I don't know. And so we land in LA.
We're
And
just
we're-
watching our clock.
We're just trying. We're like, you know what? Like honestly, we're making good time. Like the guy got us there like 20 minutes earlier than he
Oh yeah.
planned, the pilot. And we get there and we're at the back of the plane, so everyone's taking forever to deplane, like
Well, we don't want to be
moving
those
super
people.
slow. But like once we got off that plane, we were running to the next, because we had to go to the next
Well, we
like,
were lost at
section
first.
of we like couldn't even figure
Well,
out
we
where
were trying to figure out where we were picking up. No, we got our bags.
Wow Air. We were trying to find Wow
Yeah,
Air.
Wow Air. which
R.I.P. Wow Air.
Nobody.
R.I.P.
Oh yeah, they went out of business. So all my money went. So. So we're asking like the employees of the airport, like, do you guys know where Wow Air is? And they're like, they've never even heard of that
They're
airline.
like, oh, that doesn't sound real. And we were like,
Yeah.
no, we promise
Like,
it
we
is.
booked it through their website. So we're hustling. We get through security.
No, we didn't even get through security.
Yeah,
we
we
were
did.
trying. No, we didn't.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let you check.
No.
No, we didn't.
So here, I'll take it on from
Okay.
here. So we get off the plane. We find where we're supposed to go. It was literally like right next to where we had just
Yeah,
landed.
it
It
was
wasn't
really
even
close to
that
us.
far. So we're booking it. And we see some people at the desk for Wow Air, and they look kind of like defeated.
Other like guests.
Yes, and they look defeated. And so we get up there, and the lady's like, "You missed the check-in by 7 minutes." And
Well,
what
she
it
said,
was,
she said it like this. She was like, "You missed the check-in by 7 minutes," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, like, because if you book with like Delta, usually they're pretty chill, and they'll just like, all right, we'll get you on the next flight,
yes,
or we'll put your bags on the next flight.
yes,
You get on your flight that you're here for, and it's here for the next 2 hours."
yeah. Like if we didn't have checked bags, we would have been able to get through security and
well,
get
we
on
were
that
2
flight.
hours early, right? Yeah, 2
Yes,
hours early.
but it was
to
the check-in
act-
for bags.
yeah.
Like that we couldn't check our bags
We were
anymore,
7
and they wouldn't let us check our
quote
bags
7
later
minutes.
or anything. Which I understand. I get it. I get the security, but it was frustrating in the moment.
Well, so basically, I go up and talk to her, and no, she said 7 minutes, and then she's like, "I'll give you a phone number to call, and they'll help you out." I was like, "Okay, yeah, like they'll just put our bags on the next one, whatever."
Yeah.
She gives me the number, walks in the back, and turns the lights off for the stand, like she's done for the day.
Yeah. Like
She
like,
knows
they're
what's
closed.
She knows the vault. She knows the little. Like she just threw a ticking time bomb at
Oh,
me,
yeah.
and she's like, "I'm not dealing with whatever is about to explode."
Exactly. Yeah.
So I call, and it's literally just customer service. Like it is. It was
I was
such.
sitting on the floor listening to Logan's conversation,
I was
and
so
Logan's face
pissed.
just drained of
But see,
blood.
I'm not the type. I'm not going to scream at a customer service agent.
No, he's
I'm not
always
gonna
very
yell.
sweet.
And I was like just talking to the guy, and I'm like, please.
Logan's face just looks so just.
Well, I was
like,
so
you were just-
exhausted from talking to this guy because
He was just
he
so
wasn't
like you
budging.
were so upset. You
Well,
were so sad.
Well, the thing was I asked for his manager. He wouldn't let me talk to a manager. I was like, hey man, like, I just really need to talk to a manager, like, please. And like
Yeah.
he just would not transfer me. I think they're probably so used to these calls.
Yeah.
So me and Joy are over here sitting down at like this cafe, just trying to like figure out like what the freak do we do.
And they were literally like, your only options are to book
Yeah, they're
the
like
next flight.
book tickets for tomorrow.
So
and
we
you-
booked all new flights.
Well, you gotta like the thing
Seats.
is we got these flights like on one of those cheap deals. So like you buy it for like the 24-hour period. So now the tickets were how much were they?
Hundreds of dollars more.
Oh, no,
we'll
like,
just put
They
it
were
that
like
way.
$1,000 or no? How much were?
I mean, it was
costed-
like $500 each for
It was
our original
1,800.
flight.
Yeah, 1,800 total. Like the new tickets for me and her
Yeah.
both, it was 1,800 on top of like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Of the original.
So
So we were just like, oh, I was so like,
it was
7 minutes. I was so
we were
upset.
just so mad.
But and at
I
that
was-
point, like I could tell Joy was like totally just.
I was super
sane.
stressed out. I was just like,
Yeah, we were.
we
both,
haven't
like,
even left America yet. I was like,
we were both just crying.
Like I was like, I like was 3 seconds away from like fetal position on the floor crying.
My brain was just like exhausted. So I made
Logan could tell that I was just not having it
Yeah.
too. I was just like,
And I'm like, I was pissed because I'm like, I'm not gonna let this ruin our trip. I'm like, I'm gonna make the judgment call. We're going to freaking.
well, and it's Logan's birthday, mind you.
Oh yeah, it's my birthday, by the way. Hey, I forgot about that part.
We were so like excited that we were like leaving for Iceland on his birthday, and then
Well, so
7 minutes.
So I made the judgment call. I was like,
Well,
we're gonna.
Logan literally looks at me and he goes, "What if we just went to Disney?" And
Well, I
I
was
looked
like-
at him and I was like, "Ha ha, he."
Well, because the thing is, I
was
didn't
like,
want to stay in
What a
some
great
ghetto,
idea.
ghetto hotel or motel in California.
Or
So-
like stay at the
hotel
airport,
for 12 hours.
or at the
24 hours.
airport. We don't want to stay
Or,
at
yeah,
the airport.
Yeah. So I'm like, what if we went to Disney?
And I was like,
we're both just like, and so we
Oh,
like
man.
look them up, and I mean it's Disney, like it's expensive, but at that point I'm like throwing credit cards at stuff. I'm like, let's go, we're going deep. No, so I mean the room tickets weren't too bad.
the room tickets actually were really like.
It was pretty like
tickets.
expected.
Yeah, no, it was pretty decent though. Like it wasn't insane.
Yeah. So we book them. We're like
We get on the Disney shuttle, which was honestly one of the
No, hold
best
on.
things.
It was the
of my
very
entire
last
life.
show of the night, and
Oh,
we like
yeah.
see it, and we're the only ones on.
Yeah,
We get like walk in the back, and then like the lights turn off,
yeah,
and
and
we
like
just like decompress. Like we're gonna be okay.
I was so pumped too though, because like I had only been to Disneyland
Well, we were like,
once or twice, and so like the
Well, then that's-
adrenaline started setting in. That I was like going to Disneyland, and I was
Well-
like,
and
ah,
I had only been once back when I was like 6.
yeah. And we'd never been to really like we'd been to Lagoon, which is like a local amusement park.
Yeah.
And so we've never really been to like an amusement park as a couple,
Right.
like a big one or anything.
Yeah, with just us. So we on the shuttle, and this is where if you watch the vlog, you can watch all of this happen. Like I documented
Literally
the
like
crap
in
out of it.
time.
Yeah.
You can see all of this happen.
So, long story short, with the Disneyland part, wake up, we go to Disneyland, have a super good time, super fun, get to the airport next day.
Yeah, because it was the same. It was basically the same time for our new flight.
Yeah.
So it was like another red eye, and so we
Wait,
had
so-
all day to
We
be
spent
at
the whole day
Disney.
at Disney and then went back to the airport same day.
Just a little pro tip: you have a magic hour if you stay in the Disney hotels, which was
Yeah, that
like
was
clutch when we were there because we got all of the rides done that we wanted to get done
It was in
in
the
like
first hour.
45 minutes. Honestly,
Shout out to Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So
The best.
So sick. But so we get back to the airport and get to our gate, blah blah blah, get on a flight. We're freaking on our way. And so yeah, that was like the beginning of our Iceland trip, and pretty much from there Iceland was incredible. Like easily one of the coolest places I've ever
we
been.
stayed in a van, which was honestly, I
Right.
feel like that's the way to do Iceland.
Yeah, if you go to Iceland, rent a camper van because one, you'll have a place that you can just travel around the country, and there's campsites everywhere, and they're super
yes,
cheap.
it's super cheap, and they have really nice showers.
They have
I was worried
showers.
about it just because I'm a girl
Yeah.
and I like to shower. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, and it's same with me. Like I had long hair. Like I wanted clean hair. I didn't want to be all gross.
Yes.
And the cool thing about these places is there's so many travelers that go to these campsites that they leave a bunch of like they have camp fuel tanks. They have like
Yeah.
food. They
And
have
everybody
water.
takes really, really good care of the campsites. And
Yeah,
they're
it's just
very
really nice.
clean. Like the showers, honestly, there was one shower that I was like, this is better than my shower at home.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's definitely the way to do it. If I do it again, I will for sure get a bigger van.
yeah, we had a smaller one.
We had a
it
small
was,
one. It
I mean,
worked.
it was fine. I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I think having a bigger van would be more comfy.
Yeah, for sure.
But and we got a stick shift car, and I didn't know how to drive stick shift, so
Literally like a week before Logan went out with like a friend, Alec.
shout out to Alec.
Yeah, and
Ryan.
he
Oh no,
basically,
Ryan
I
wasn't
mean,
there.
you did a couple of test drives, but he like learned how to drive stick in Iceland, and the freaking roundabouts there are terrifying because
they weren't bad.
Wasn't it the opposite where it was like we like yield for the people, like we just go and they yield for us or something?
No,
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
It was weird though. The roundabouts.
Well, the thing was it was just
are all over the place too.
Yeah, they're all over the place, and it was just because I didn't know how to drive stick, so it was like I had to slow down and hurry and shift, and then hurry and go. Like it was just like we were always like stressed out when coming up to them. But by the end of it, I got the hang of it.
Logan was really good
decently.
at the end of it. I was very impressed.
But
good job.
Thanks. And then one second like coolest thing we did there was we flew with Mr. Volcano Pilot on Instagram.
Yes.
At Volcano Pilot. He's
like the best.
He's like the go-to pilot in Iceland. I know there's a couple others, but he's
so funny.
He's like the coolest dude, and he took us up in his plane and flew us over the like river braids. You've probably seen photos on Instagram.
Over a glacier.
We went over all sorts of like crazy scenery, and that was for me probably one of the biggest highlights.
Yeah, same.
Because I've been looking at when I went and interned with Chris Burkard. He's really good friends with him too, because Chris has been to Iceland like 30 times, so he's been doing that for years. So when I was out in California interning with him, I was always looking at these photos like, I need to go there one day. Like one day I will see these rivers. And like when I saw him in person and I was taking photos of him, it was just like such a surreal experience. Like it was such a cool like mission accomplished for me. And that's in the vlog as well. If you want to,
it's all in the vlogs.
Subscribe.
Y'all. It's all in the vlogs. But yeah, so we would just park every night at a campsite. We parked at Skogafoss, which we didn't realize that there's a campsite there, which was honestly, I think my favorite place that we spent the night in.
Well, if we wouldn't have stayed there, that's where we saw the Northern Lights for the first time.
Yes.
Because
which is insane.
It was so like trippy. Well, so there's a campsite right at Skogafoss, which is like one of the most popular waterfall in Iceland.
Yes, it's beautiful.
There's actually like a nice like restaurant we went to over there too. Yeah, it's right by it.
Super expensive.
Don't eat out in Iceland. It's
expensive.
Like I would buy like I think
we got pizza one night. We each got like maybe like a 10-inch pizza. I don't know.
Yeah, and it was like
size.
It was like $30 each.
Yeah, it was a $60 meal, and it was like pizza that's like Pizzeria Limon.
Yeah, it was like a pizza you get like here for like
it was good, but
they make good pizza in Iceland. They love their pizza.
They love their pizza there. There's pizza places all over the place.
But yeah, it's really expensive. So go to what was that little pig shopping?
I can't remember.
I want to say Kroger's, but I think that's
no, it's definitely not Kroger's.
Well, okay. There's a grocery store in Iceland that has a little pig.
Yes.
And that's like the Costco.
We'll link the website down below.
No, I won't link their website. That's like the cheapest. That's where you go get a bunch of groceries there, stock up for the week or whatever you're there, because you'll save more money there. That's like a pretty decent normal prices, but I think for me, another really awesome part was seeing an actual glacier for the first time. Mm-hmm. We stopped at this spot, and I hiked up this hill, and there was this huge lake, glacier lake, runoff lake, and it was like so insane that I called Joy and like told her to get up there. Yeah. And that for some reason that like just blew my mind, because it's just this giant carpet of ice that goes up the mountain. And it's just so huge.
Well, and it was kind of moody that day, where it was
raining.
It was kind of rainy, but it was kind of like cloudy, but it was so cool. Yeah. And so it just like really, I don't know, the whole scenery was just amazing.
So
and everyone is so nice there. Yeah. So sweet.
Everyone there is
super helpful.
Well, and everyone there speaks English, or like a lot of people speak English.
They speak better English than we do, honestly.
Yeah.
And everyone is beautiful. like supermodels everywhere. It's insane.
Well, like I went up to us when I went to fill up gas. There's two people, or there's a guy in front of me paying for his stuff, and they were speaking in Icelandic. And then as I walk up, she looked at me and was like, "Did you find everything okay?" And, like, she instantly knew I was a tourist. Like, she instantly spoke English. It was like so easy. It like made the whole trip so much easier because you could pretty much go up to anyone and just like ask them a question. I imagine we didn't really go up to many people, but
yeah. But everyone knows English and is super helpful.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, it was an amazing
very
trip.
welcoming.
I think that's probably pretty good. We covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Done
all
about an hour.
in the vlogs. So if you really want to see it all,
You document stuff
the
pretty well.
visual part of it, it's
Anything else?
Mm,
Any
no.
questions for me?
You ready to go get cookies?
Yeah, we're gonna go get cookies. What are they called? Crumble cookies.
Funfetti.
I'm on a diet, so I'm only gonna eat half of one.
We'll see about that. He always says that and then ends up coming out with like 5 cookies.
No, the lady sells me on like 3 because she's a good salesman.
That's true. She has a really good salesman.
I just like nice
the
people.
Draper crumble. She gets us every time.
Yeah, avoid the Draper crumble. Okay,
All right,
well, let's wrap it up. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Joy, for coming on.
Thanks for
podcast.
making it so I wasn't number 13 and
You're
I was
number
number
2.
2.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to rate the podcast. If you want to leave a review, that would be super helpful. I think anything you can do.
Go ahead, roast us.
No, don't roast us. Say something nice. Get people. Let's get more people to come listen to these podcasts, watch these podcasts, share it with your friends, do whatever. If you aren't on YouTube listening to this, I'm recording these, putting these on YouTube. So if you're on iTunes listening to this, you can go check out the visual. And if you are on YouTube, you can listen to these while you drive. Go check it out on iTunes, Spotify, and that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on episode 3.
Bye.
Peace.